We're back, people, and today we're breaking down film on Dadrion Taylor-Demerson, Arizona Cardinals rookie safety, and he looked really good in his first start versus the Jets. Overall, I think has played pretty solid in his limited snaps, was making plays across the board, doing it from the back end, even coming down playing the slot, manning up on receivers in certain situations, playing versus the run, very solid tackler, playing on the back end in zone, just making smart plays. Very willing player, really fun safety to watch him and Budda Baker, like very aggressive, smaller safeties that are willing to just get downhill and make some plays. Very physical, love that like tenacity that they can play with. Was a big fan of him coming out of Texas Tech in this most recent draft class, so excited to see him get some playing time, look good, just be a smart, disciplined player at a time, but knowing when to be aggressive, turning that on, and just being in the right spot. I think he has good range, closing speed, and even out, like, we'll have some clips out. Most of these clips are just from the Jets game, but even pulled a few from the other games just to show off, like, his skill set. And when he can, like, come down, play as a robber, plays like a flat defender, he closes, like, gaps so quickly and is just really making a lot of open field tackles, which is nice to see, too. So I'm a big fan of DTD. Really, really nice addition to carry multiple routes, have good leverage on one, and then once you see it commit to another spot, get downhill, make a play top down. He's very comfortable doing that type of thing, and he closes that ground, that space quickly. So here we go, first play, really breaking this down. One-on-one with Davante Adams. He's communicating pre-snap, which I love to see, like the motion across to Gary. He's communicating that Wilson's going to be that guy's. He gets basically one-on-one with Davante Adams, who ends up working like a double move, hitting with, that hard outside stab, which Taylor-Demerson kind of falls for. Gets out of position, but look at him change directions, recover, and then undercut it. He does, I think, miss. If you watch the replay and like the other views, he does kind of miss the ball, I believe, but he is able to disrupt this play in the vision of Adams just enough that Adams isn't able to hang on to it. So like he could have played this a little bit better. I think a little bit better technique at the beginning and potentially got hands on it, but for him to recover, get back in that position, and doing this all versus Davante Adams as a safety is really, really high quality work, especially when we watch all the other things that he's capable of doing. Here's him closing from depth, playing from, a split field alignment, takes his read steps, boom, read that it's run, get downhill, and hit Breece Hall. Play with a punishing play style. He is out there to hit people, and I love that physical kind of thing, especially from both of the Cardinals safeties, because he was playing for Thompson in this game. Him and Budda Baker are just really, really fun to watch, and he closes, takes really good angles out there, does it, and, versus the run, versus the pass, whatever it is, he's come downhill and make some very, very nice plays. Here's play action and pass stuff off. Looks like the Cardinals are running quarters down the red zone, so they're playing quads. Seeing Adams sort of work through his zone, he's able to get into a spot to leverage this just in case, he sits or comes back across. Once he clears and goes to Baker space, he peels off of it, doesn't chase, kind of just come back, potentially help over the top of this route too. So like seeing things late, just leveraging multiple routes helps take this away, in case this guy works back to the middle of the field, which he doesn't. So, like, no one really worked into his zone, but he helped multiple routes that could have potentially worked in there. And then when Rodgers checks a dump, checks to this dump off option late in the route after covering, this play's going on for 5+ seconds. Look at him just close this space. Just boom, instantly get downhill, make a tackle. Just a lot of impressive work to, get there from one, find the next receiver working across, then get downhill and make the tackle in the check down option. Very, very good work. Even one-on-one, like, he doesn't get targeted here, but one-on-one versus Garrett Wilson, where he has to just play from, like 6 yards of depth, not gaining any, ground here, not taking any steps, just sitting on this. He doesn't end up going in this direction, but usually this is where you would go if you're a safety. But he holds his inside leverage. Wilson tries to cross his face. He sits, plays patient, stays square, and is ready for that break the whole time. You can see once he takes that boom, that gather step right there, he is expecting the break from Wilson just to give him enough room, and then gets hands-on without getting overly physical, just is in the spot to undercut that if it was thrown to Garrett in that situation. Just a lot of things to like. And even here, when he's playing in his zone, they're kind of, bracketing over the top of this. Linebacker's inside leverage. He breaks to the outside. He's playing over the top. Once he sees that, boom, break on it from nice depth. Closes ground. It does get caught, but it's nice to see that he's able to get there pretty quickly, play with physicality. These are pretty solid reps. Even though they pick up the first down, you're not expected to knock that ball off from where he's aligned here pre-snap, and they're sort of playing. But yeah, just another great work from Taylor-Demerson. Continuously getting involved in the run game. He will very much, I think, having aggressive safeties that can get downhill, especially because I don't think the Cardinals have had the most consistent run defense out there, but when their safeties are able to get involved, that's when their run defense, I think, looks a lot better. And then on the back end, playing on the backside of this, basically like playing as like the tricks safety, backside of a 3x1. You know, they got the tight end to this side of the single side. He's playing tight. He's not really threatened by any of that. He knows his eyes can just find Adams working across. Stay disciplined, stay patient. He stays square, waiting for this to work across. Once he sees him undercut the linebacker, he's able to break, take a good angle to get there. And then Rodgers getting sacked by this time anyways, but he was in the correct spot of where he needed to be. Just a lot of good things noticing when you're checking out the film, the All-22. Taylor-Demerson was consistently in the right spot. Even here, playing as like the single high safety down in the red zone. He's looking for the crosser, sees the mesh, sees that no one is guarding 83 right here. Like 83 goes in untouched, unnoticed. They kind of pass things off. So he is the one that has to just find who's coming in untouched because he's kind of working through this whole mesh, sees things are a little uncovered, is able to identify that 83 is going to be uncovered, so then he scrapes over the top of this, gets a good angle there. Rodgers was going to try to go to Conklin, and Taylor-Demerson's able to close that ground pretty quickly, which is nice to see. And then finding mesh again, this time dropping underneath. They're playing cover 3. He's a buzz defender, so he buzzes down. They're running cover 3 buzz. That makes him like a hook instead of a flat. If it was cover 3 sky, he'd be playing flat. But here he gets to play as like the buzz guy. Sees that 83 is working across, knows he doesn't have to chase after that, pass that off. Adams working back into his zone. He squeezes it. Adams tries to sit back, not float too much into Taylor-Demerson, but then he's able to make a contested play there at the catch point, which ends up to a missed throw. A lot of good stuff from Taylor-Demerson. He's very comfortable playing as underneath and buzzing because they go cover 3 here again. He plays as the buzz defender. Sees him throw the angle route to Breece Hall, reading the eyes. Boom, he breaks that, play top down, come down, make a nice tackle, limit the gain after the catch. Consistently doing that. Here he's playing as like the flat guy. They throw to Kittle. Good, I think, closing speed to get down there on Kittle and really not slow down at all too. And Kittle's a very tough tight end to tackle in space. Like he's got the athleticism and the physicality. And Taylor-Demerson is able to slow him down and completely wrap him up and take him down himself. So many good things. Outside of the Jets game too, I showed all the Jets clips where he looked really good. This is I believe, a 3rd and long. So it's 3rd and long. Doesn't have to get downhill. He just gets his depth like right before the line to gain. He's leveraging the route of DJ Moore, who's worked into his zone as a buzz defender. He's staying near it, squeezing that route. He sees Caleb start to check down to the running back, and look at him just close this space. Because like him and like Seven's actually closer to this. I think that's Kaiser White who's playing as the flat. But look how Taylor-Demerson is able to just really close and eat up that grass so fast and make the tackle, combined tackle, but he would have had him one-on-one either way. And he's just doing this at a constant pace. Like another example of him playing as a cover 3 buzz, identify that, this is going across. He might chase that. He gets aggressive. He probably should stay a little patient, but he's kind of leveraging multiple routes. One where if they throw this, he can chase that down and help make a tackle. One where he's kind of in the throwing lane of the dig, and the other one where he can change his up his direction once he notices Caleb going to the running back, and then make that tackle for pretty much a very limited gain. I think he'll only gain like a yard, or I think he gained a yard. Just very, very impressive work from Taylor-Demerson. Very active, very instinctual for a safety. Really, really fun to watch. This time matched up man-to-man on Deebo Samuel. Playing with outside leverage from off coverage here, playing man. He runs the slant. You're able to just be in the right spot, play through. Nice hook and swat technique at the catch point. Swat down. Really just clean coverage. Just across the board there from Taylor-Demerson. Here he is with, I think this is Buddha as well. They kind of get that hit on Kittle. They're throwing that 4th down. Try to hit Kittle in stride and hopefully he can get the first down. He's not able to. They knock the ball out of his hands. Just really, really good work. I really enjoyed watching Taylor-Demerson play, watching his film. Good pickup for the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals have a, decent draft. I think Harrison Jr.'s looked pretty good, especially in the past few weeks. Haven't seen much from Darius Robinson yet, but I think Max Melton's been showing more and more. Tip Ryman's been a good blocker for them. I haven't watched all of them yet through the film, but really, really like Taylor-Demerson a lot. And I think they've got, I was a big Buda Baker fan too. I'm not a Cardinals fan, but Buda Baker was like my guy in that draft class. I believe it's 2017. I actually liked him more than Adams and Hooker in that class. But good to see Taylor-Demerson having a pretty strong start for like a 4th round rookie. So if you guys are really interested, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.